People are crazy.
Right.
And this is all part of my audit.
I finished with you because I found the book you asked for.
But I also told you I wanted to check it out, and I was pulling up my ID for you, and I pulled it up.
And as you were doing your ID search, I took
it was
another
already there.
customer.
I showed it to you. It was already up. I showed it to you. All you had to do was go in the computer. And I'm not trying to escalate anything or anything like that.
Well,
I'm just saying, for future references,
we do lots of tasks at the same time.
I get that, but I just felt like I could have got the same courtesy this lady got.
Well, then you understand.
I sat here and waited. I would say I'd have to go back on the camera and check, but I'd say about 5-10 minutes.
You knew you had a library card, so you should know your library card number and your PIN number and be able to self-help yourself at our self-help checkout station to check out the item once you had it, because you told me you had a library card.
No, sir, that's not how it works.
You mentioned to me you had a library card.
Is this a federal building?
I have no idea.
It is. It is.
Well, then don't ask me questions you know the answer to.
Are you a public servant? Do you work for the city?
I work for the library district.
Okay, the library district is owned by the city. And who owns the city?
Don't ask me questions you know the answers to.
We own the city.
Are you taking up my valuable time that other customers are waiting for?
No, I'm not, sir. I'm about to be out of your hair. I just wanted to let you know that was kind of unprofessional and a little rude because I sat here and waited for you. And
I work here, and sometimes some people might feel that way, but other times the majority of the people feel that the services we're giving,
it's about professionalism.
you're making it a feeling deal, though. You're turning professionsionalism into feelings.
No, it's about professionalism.
Because how would someone say
if you was a private, like if you worked at McDonald's, right? Let's say
I wouldn't know their policy, so I can't say how I would act if I worked at a place I've never worked at.
But what I'm saying is,
I've never known their policy.
Let me finish what I'm saying.
You can't give me
it's not about policy.
A comparison of something I've never compared myself
but it's not about
to.
policy.
If
you worked at McDonald's is a private establishment, meaning that
McDonald's will take your order and then get to the next person and take their order.
And I get that.
And you're not going to just wait there till your order is filled. They're going to take on the next order.
I've watched people wait 20 minutes for an order in McDonald's,
right?
And they had no right to complain because it's a private establishment. Those people are not public servants. They work in a private sector. You are a public servant. So the way it works is you serve me, the public, the citizen, however that is. If I don't want to go to that kiosk and check out a book, I don't need to. You're a public servant. You work for me. I don't sign your paychecks, but I pay them. My tax dollars pays your paychecks. So, and I approached police officers this morning.
My tax dollars pay my paycheck too.
And I get that.
I could serve myself at the same time if I want, because I could become a customer to my own self.
But if you wanted to neglect a customer the way you did with me.
I did not neglect you. Tell me where I neglected you.
I was in the process of checking this book out.
So while you were in that process, I did other things. Other tasks.
No, I was asking you to check it out for me.
You never mentioned that.
Yes, I did.
No,
I did. It's on camera, sir.
Roll the tape back.
It's on camera.
Show me.
Okay, let me stop it. I'll roll it back. Sir, you accusing me of being antagonistic? That was very unprofessional. I mean, you was cordial in the beginning.
I didn't.
You was very polite in the beginning. You was very polite in the beginning, and you did say that I was being antagonistic. That I did know that I could not check out a book. You did say that. Yes, the camera was off, and I feel like you intentionally waited till the camera was off to say that.
You intentionally waited to turn the camera back on.
Yes, I did. When you started talking again, because you was accusing me of things that wasn't true.
I never accused you of
I can't understand. I can't concentrate, fellas.
See there?
What's wrong, man?
I'll get out you guys' hair.
See there?
I'm being very, very, very quiet.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Okay. How can I help you? How can I help you right now? Let's finish your transaction. How can I help you?
Okay, the frauditor is looking for a fight. That's all there is to it. That is what he's looking for. And the anti-frauditors don't know how to deal with it. Now, some of them say, well, I'll call the police. That's a stupid thing to do. Police aren't going to help. Oh, I'm going to whip his ass. That's not going to help either, because that's not going to finish the job. The thing is, when you're dealing with the frauditors, there's really only one way to handle them. And you're going to have to take care of business, but anti-frauditors don't know how to do that. They haven't taken on that responsibility. It's a gamble, but the fact of the matter is, there is a way to handle them. They just haven't run into the people that know how to do that. Now, here is something. It's called WIC. It's called the Women, Infants, and Children's Services. And this frauditor is asking for donations. Now, why would he audit a women's, infants, and children's services? Everybody's missing the point. I don't know if you can see that or not. Okay, why is he doing that? Well, people think they know, but they don't.
All over this building. Why not? I can FOIA request those cameras and use it for whatever purposes I want.
Then why don't you?
Let's be reasonable. Be respectful. I'm not bothering you.
That is blurred by
I'm not
somebody
slowing
else,
down
by the
anything.
way.
They don't want to work because I'm trying to ask for a supervisor. I was just threatened by somebody here. What did you say? You said you were going to punch me? That's what you said.
So they're starting to confront him for filming their kids, and he's just like, I don't care. I don't care. So, because he's a little bitch. But one of the mothers is about to show him why you do not film people's children.
Don't touch me. Do not touch me. Oh, just slap me now?
The problem is she doesn't take care of business. Why is the guy in there? Oh, I'm doing a First Amendment audit. No, that's not what he's doing. He's casing the joint. Those children sell for over $150,000 each on the human trafficking black market. That's what he's there for. You see, like Amagansett Press, he cases out all these joints, and he provides information to burglars who can use his footage with YouTube on these joints. He cases them out. He sees how they react. He does a very thorough job. This guy, WIC, and he does film the children, which I don't want to show. It's for black marketing of human trafficking, guys. You're missing the point. These anti-frauditors say, oh, they're just a nuisance. We'll call the police. We'll whip their ass. First of all, you can't trust the police, especially if you're talking about $150,000 per kid. It's probably more than that even. So yeah, you're talking about some serious money here. This lady's trying to protect her family. The problem is she didn't take care of business. You got to go more than just whipping the guy's ass. Okay, I'll give you an example. I will give you a personal example. This enlisted cocksucker called out my son for stealing valor. And he was some enlisted SOB from the 82nd Airborne Division. And he wanted to fight my son. The problem is with my son, he's like one of these 98-pound weaklings. He doesn't look like he could cut himself out of a wet paper bag with a hot razor blade. I mean, he just doesn't look tough. I mean, I'm sorry to say, and he doesn't act tough, and he doesn't talk tough or anything like that. And, yeah, he probably doesn't even hit 3-digit when it comes to stepping on the scale. So anyway, this enlisted son of a bitch wants to fight him. Well, the thing is, I'm thinking, okay, I got to take care of this. And I'm going to be honest with you, my intention was to kill that enlisted son of a bitch. To kill him. That was my intent. So, the guy had his back turned to me. I picked up one of those, what is it? Those lead crystal ashtrays, a real big one, very heavy, and it was square, and I was about 50 feet away. So this guy is going after my son because he wants to fight my son, and I'm coming after him from behind. And before I got there, my son laid him out. He flattened him. It's like, whoa, what happened? I didn't see that coming. Yeah, now this enlisted cocksucker is laying on the ground, and the only thing that's moving is his foot involuntarily twitching. My son drilled the bastard, and the guy was down and out. I'm not saying for the count of 10. He was out for a long time. Eventually, he recovered. I did not have to kill him, which was fortunate for all of us. But it was certainly my intent to do exactly that because the guy was going after my son. So yeah, he deserves it. And you guys, you don't get the point. These guys are going after your children. And what do you think is going to happen to them when they sell them? You think they're going to be treated right? No, they're going to be mistreated and abused. That's why he's in there, dummy. Yeah, you don't think about that though, do you? Anyway, turns out that this enlisted piece of shit from the 82nd Airborne Division had fewer jumps than my son did. He said, well, I didn't think he was a jumper. I thought he was a leg. You know, and he was offended by my son's t-shirt. He had fewer jumps than my son, and he wasn't even Halo. Now, my son's a Halo jumper. Yeah, not this piece of shit. Yeah, and falsely accusing people of stolen valor. Guys, that's fight to the death. I mean, people have been hospitalized over being falsely accused of stolen valor, and some have even died in the hospital. Guys, there's a life and death situation, and you guys don't realize it, but you are on the verge of life and death right now. And if not you, your infant children.
Why are you going to go in there and bitch and moan about it when you have that option not to go in there, period? Now, a major difference between the customers that are there conducting legitimate business as well as the employees. Employees just can't walk out of their jobs. They can't just stop what they're doing and walk out when the frauditor goes in there with their camera to record. So there's a major difference there. The frauditors know themselves that the cameras are there for security reasons. And we all know, we all say it, the shit that's on the security is only going to be used in case something crazy happens. It's not going to end up on YouTube. Okay? Now, the frauditors also like to say that, well, I can FOIA request that the footage on that camera and use it as I please. Well, then why don't they do that? And they won't have to worry about anybody bitching and moaning at them. They
I'm just creeped out. I'm a little freaked out.
There's nothing nefarious. I'm just doing a story.
It is. I don't
It's just a camera.
I don't know your news outlet. I don't even know who you are. You didn't come in here. You didn't say, hey, I'm going to report you. You didn't say anything. You walked in and you just started recording.
Well, I do it. I don't need permission to do it. That's
you don't need
why.
permission, but you should say something. No.
Well, no, I try to keep to myself and be quiet and do what I have to
He
do.
can record.
Thank you.
He can record. He just can't get personal information.
Yeah, which I don't get.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was letting her know about poster 7 there on the wall.
Yeah.
So.
I don't like it. I understand, but it's his right. Okay?
What about my right?
I know he's not getting any of your personal information. But
Bullshit.
me,
No, when you signed up for your job, you kind of got rid of that expectation.
I don't want to be a
are you going to quit then?
Okay, they threatened to fire her, of course. Managers are supporting the frauditors. Everybody's supporting them, okay? So you're going to have to deal with them. And don't think the cops are going to help you because they won't, okay? Cops are corrupt, all right? I mean, let's just face it. Cops are dirty.
Hello.
I have no idea what this is about.
Every successful man, there's a woman, a loving, giving, caring woman. But you wouldn't know about that, Dan, because there's no old saying about what's behind a miserable failure.
Jane, you ignorant slut. Bagged up, dried up slunk meat like you and Michelle Triola know the rules. If you want a contract, sign on the dotted line. Oh, but let's all shed a tear for poor Michelle Triola. There was only testimony that she had sexual intercourse over 40 times with another man while living with actor Lee Marvin. But I suppose that sort of fashionable promiscuity means nothing to someone like you, Jane, who hops from bed to bed with the frequency of a cheap ham radio. But hell hath no fury like a woman scorned, and Michelle Triola, like a screeching, squealing, rapacious swamp sow, is after actor Lee Marvin's last $3 million. I guess what you and Michelle are saying is that when you're on your backs, the meter is running. Well, please spare us, gals, and tell us the rates at the top. Then we can choose which two-bit tarts and bargain basement sluts to shack up with.
From Joseph Smith to cover up his mistake.
Wait, Mormons actually know this story and they still believe Joseph Smith was a prophet?
Well, sure. The story proves it, doesn't it?
No, it proves he did make it all up. Are you blind?
Yep, that's pretty on point.
Well, Stan.
Because that's not the real story.
You mean the church-approved spin on the real story? It's not much.
I mean, who better tell you than God himself?
If there.
Okay, that stupid Mormon bitch.
And ask God.
Okay, well, she's a stupid idiot. What do I think of this bitch? She's Mormon, I know, and she's stupid. That's about what I think about her.
Strain, that's all. Hey, you stupid bastard!
Yeah, the Christians are no better, by the way. The Mormons have blood atonement. The Catholics had the Spanish Inquisition. But the Christians believe in killing too. My sisters, every last one of them is a born-again Christian. And they believe in killing for Jesus. As a matter of fact, I almost got killed by swatting. Yeah, they set me up to be swatted. Luckily, one of the cops decided I shouldn't be killed, nor arrested. But the fact is, the Christians are no better than the Mormons or the Catholics. I mean, like, and they kill too. All churches kill. Killing for Jesus. Killing for Jesus. Killing for Jesus is the way. It's like a ballet every day. Killing for Jesus. Yeah, so I mean, this Christianity or this religion thing, it's all a bunch of shit.
Yeah, this is a private
No,
office.
it's not. It doesn't have a sign.
Yeah, why don't you step on outside? This is a
Why
private
you
office.
here's in the morning, sir. You're not going to put your hands on me. You're going to create some space from her and myself. That's number one. Number two, if it was a private office, it would be clearly demarcated as such, making it a limited or non-public forum.
Well, I'm willing to meet with you. I'm willing to talk to you.
You didn't do that.
Escalated by coming into our space.
So we're going to finish our work.
I'm standing here, so I'm just...
We're going to finish our work.
Sure.
And then you can make this office public or non-public after we're done.
I'm stepping up to answer your questions.
Okay. We didn't have you weren't trying to do that. You're trying to intimidate us and force us out of the office. That didn't work out for you. So what he's doing now is called what? Backtracking.
Sure.
Backtrack elsewhere. Let me get my stuff.
Backtrack out of my office, please.
Listen, I'm going to go this way.
That's
And if you try and intimidate me, I'm going to be upset about that.
I'm not intimidated.
Okay. So then I'm going to move this way. I'm going to show what I'm doing. Contact with me, and I'm in a pretty good place should I need any.
I will never make physical contact with you.
Okay, so I'm going to go this way.
So
Good move. Good choice.
Okay, this guy, Accountability for All, Josh Abrams, he gets people fired, he gets people arrested, and he pushes people around everything. One thing he does not know is that he set himself up for the wrong guy. Now, I will say that as in, he's setting himself for the wrong person. Same with Amagansett Press. The thing is, nobody knows how to deal with them. Nobody's serious about dealing with them. You gotta take care of business. It ain't with the police, and it ain't just whipping his ass. You gotta seriously take care of business there. I mean, if you don't, you got problems, and you could go to jail. There's a lot at stake here, okay? Anti-frauders don't realize it. I mean, they don't understand. So the thing is, they don't do what they need to do. Now, if you think about it, you can figure it out. I've figured it out. I'm not going to confront these frauditors. But if they say something to me, I'm not going to answer them. But if I get in a confrontation, I go all the way. I will go all the way and I will handle it. And that's the difference between me and the anti-frauditors. You know? The anti-frauditors are not willing to go all the way. That's their problem. That's why they get pushed around so much. That's why we have those problems. That's why those kids are in danger of being property of human trafficking. All right. Amagansett Press doesn't realize this. Josh Abrams doesn't realize it. There is a huge loophole which will allow you to take care of business and take it all the way. Well, what are you saying? Well, you figure it out because I can't tell you. If you think it over, you're going to figure it out. But people haven't thought about it. And people don't think about it. It's their problem, though. All I'll say is, if you run into me, I will handle it. I will handle the problem. Now, the cops aren't going to help. Cops are dirty, and I'll tell you why I say that. If a cop takes a donut, he's dirty. Yeah, you know who told me that? A policeman. That's right, I had a cop tell me that. And not only that, but he showed me the statutes of why it's illegal. Yeah, that's right. I got that from a policeman. Actually, he was an instructor at the police academy. I'm not going to mention his name, but the fact of the matter is, he admitted that he compromised his integrity in the past, and he decided to, clean up his act. And he did. But if a cop is willing to sell out his integrity for a cup of coffee and a donut, you know he's dirty, you know he's no good, and he's not going to help you, and don't rely on it. Okay? We live in a crazy world. These fraudsters are going to make it worse, and there's only one way to deal with them, and that's all the way.